How you doing, guys, and welcome to another episode of Fanalysis. Now, we all know that on Friday, 19th of December, we've got Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. Now, I've had a lot of people say they can't take this fight seriously, and I don't blame them. The only person that needs to take this fight seriously is AJ. Now, we know Jake Paul, influencer. He's got a successful stable of women fighters under his own promotion company, MPV, Most Valuable Promotions. And he's an ambitious person, young person, and he's very successful in what he does. Now, why is he taking this fight? Well, we know that he had the Netflix deal, and he had the Tyson fight under Netflix. He's shown the Serrano and Taylor fight under Netflix. And he was meant to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, due to activities with Tank in his private life, that fight's cancelled. Now, I believe that Netflix have told him that he needs to get a big name or else they're going to scrap the show. I know from what I've heard, Terence Crawford said he would do it, but it was at a later date. And Ngannou, I've seen mixed videos. One with him saying he feels insulted about doing it. And then I've seen another interview where he says that he was contacted, but he didn't hear anything more. So I think what Jake's done is obviously he's gone to Anthony Joshua. Is this a fight Jake can win? I don't think so. Some people might disagree, but I personally don't think it is a fight that he can win. And you just got to look at his track record. Yes, he's been boxing 5 years, and he has, improved a lot since then. If you look at his first video to now, and he's moved up. And I know there's a stipulation, there's a clause in it where AJ has to weigh in at 145 pounds, but AJ's fought at that weight before. Now, when I look at his previous opponents, Jake Paul, he's got MMA fighters on there, retired. He's got Anderson Silva. He's got Tyrone Woodley. And the first boxer that he actually faced was Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury beat him on points. And then he faced Chavez Jr. He won that fight, but it wasn't overly impressive. Then he was going to fight Tank, which was strange when you look at the size comparison, although Tank is the more accomplished boxer and the more skilled boxer. So back to this fight leads us to now Anthony Joshua. And to be honest with you, it's an offer that Eddie Hearn said that they couldn't refuse. Anthony Joshua was due to fight in the Saudi Arabia card, according to Eddie Hearn. And Anthony Joshua said that he was just going to come out, not as the main event, not even the co-main event. And it wasn't even going to be advertised. He was just going to come out. Everyone be wondering, oh, what's this fight? And it's him and low-ranked heavyweight, just to get him back in, brushing up in front of the lights, brushing down the cobwebs, and just get himself back in there after that Daniel Dubois loss. But let's have a look at who's knocked him down and who's beat him. He got knocked down in the Vladimir Klitschko fight, but he got back up to win that fight. He's been rocked by Povetkin. He's been rocked by Dillian White. But it's boxing. You're going to get rocked. The thing is, he won those fights. He didn't get knocked down. Now, he fought Usyk twice. And in the second fight, I thought that was a much better performance. And he let that fight go in the 10th round. He just didn't have enough, and Usyk was the one that wanted it more. And Usyk nearly took him out. I think it was in the last round. But that's nothing. It's not nothing to be embarrassed about, losing to Usyk. And then we have Ruiz. AJ made the mistake of trying to mix it with the Ruiz, and he underestimated Ruiz. And fair play to Ruiz. He had fast hands, he wanted it, and he knocked AJ down 5 times, and AJ was stopped on his feet in the corner. Then we had Daniel Dubois, and I honestly think in that fight, he underestimated Daniel Dubois because he's sparred Daniel Dubois when they were younger, and he's known him for a long time through sparring, and I just think he underestimated him, although he knows how powerful of a hitter he is, puncher he is. He just underestimated. He come out with his hands down, and from the first shot that was caught clean on his chin by Daniel Dubois, he was rocked. But do you know what? It took 5 rounds for Daniel to finish him. And everyone's saying Daniel's like the most devastating puncher in the heavyweight division. But they say that about everyone. It was Zhang. They've said it about Wardley. They'll say it about everyone who knocks someone down. But the truth is, any heavyweight taking a punch flush on the chin is going to get knocked out. So fair play to Daniel Dubois for his win. And hopefully in 2026, you never know, depending on how this fight goes, we might see a rematch. But we know that the deal between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua with Ring Magazine, Turki Al-Sheikh, is in the works, and I think it's been announced. Back to this fight. There's not much to say in the way of technical breakdown. I know with the Ngannou fight, AJ came out, was in a serious mood, and did what he had to do and finished Ngannou. And in that fight, everyone was saying, Ngannou's a beast, he's a monster, he's going to come out here and he's going to just KO AJ because AJ's too chinny. But now we've got Jake Paul. And I've heard some people say that Jake Paul's got faster movement. Yeah, he's a smaller guy and he's lighter, but there's no way his hands and his combination speeds are better than AJ's. Like, I've seen AJ in the past use combinations that and always end up with the uppercut or the left hook, and he is fast. And I've seen him now, he's working with Usyk's camp, and he's looking good in training. But come the night, I don't think he's going to jeopardise anything. And I think he's going to come out, he's going to be focused, he's going to be serious, and he's going to get the job done whichever way he wants. I actually think AJ is going to come out. I don't think he's going to come out and just go straight for the knockout. I think he's going to come out, he's going to be focused, he's going to have a look at Jake Paul, and I think he's going to knock him out. And I think it's going to be within 2 to 3 rounds. And it won't be in 2 to 3 rounds because Jake Paul's putting any pressure on him, because I think it will be 2 to 3 rounds because he'll figure Jake Paul out, then do what he's got to do. And I think Jake Paul is planning to survive the early rounds, use movement, hoping to make AJ miss and get tired. And he said he's going to take AJ out in the 6th. So we'll see. Friday, 19th of December. But anyway, guys, as I always say, if you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. Peace. I'm out of here.